Hey everyone, and welcome to Dragonmount. Today on our Thursday, Amazon saw fit to give us an 11-minute sneak preview of the first episode of The Wheel of Time, and it was of me. And the scenes that we got are my favorite scenes out of the teaser they shared last week, which was the scenes of what I thought at the time was Siuan being deposed, or, the battle for deposing Siuan. But turned out to be scene of Siuan and the sitters accusing Leandrin of being Black Aja, a bunch of Black Ajas coming out, fighting, and yes, get it, game. Oh my God. That was awesome. This 11 minutes was filled with so much Wheel of Time. I don't know if that makes sense, but there was just so much lore and terminology, and the set design is just everything is Wheel of Time. We have Ajas and Aes Sedai and Warders and the White Tower and Valon and Dragonmount, Sidar weaving, but also, they say sitters a bunch, they say Aja a bunch, Aes Sedai a bunch, Dark Friend, Black Aja, weaves, shielded, bond. There's just so much going on, so much Wheel of Time. It felt great. Obviously, the whole show is Wheel of Time, but this in particular, this 11 minutes felt like I was really in the world, and it was fantastic. Before we get too far into the tall grass, I want to give a shout out to the Patreon supporters, everyone who's been supporting us over the years. We see you, and we have some big changes for you guys coming soon. Some awesome stuff that we're going to be doing for all our Patreon supporters. And obviously our sponsors, who are Tor Books, the fantastic publishing company that published The Wheel of Time and employed Harriet as one of its lead editors for a long time. She was also technically kind of like a founding member of Tor Books with Tom Doherty. They wanted Harriet so bad for Tor Books that she was allowed to work from home for a while in the 70s, which, was unheard of. She telecommuted when computers weren't a thing. That's how desirable she was as an editor. But speaking of desirable, we need to look at this trailer because, oh my God, it's amazing. This is a great shot. So here we are in the background, just chilling on Dragonmount somewhere over here. We look great. I'm glad they got a good side of us this time. They didn't try to take the same an image of the same side of us like they did in our last good shot that we got of us on there. Let's see if I can find that picture for you guys in here. Dragonmount in the background over there, looking all pretty. This is obviously from a different angle though. So here's to break it down even here. So we have Dragonmount, on the left, Tar Valon on the right. Can't really tell what side is north or south here. But if we're going by the map of the Wheel of Time, this is west, and this should be north. And the camera is currently sitting to the east, and this is the south. If we're going by the map, the way everything's laid out. So then we have, boom. So then this would be the cameras coming in from the north, looking at Dragonmount to the west. So we're coming in from behind that shot. So this little tidbit there. And this, I feel like this is our better side anyway. We look good. What do you guys think? All right, anyway, let's go. Also, anyone saying that Tar Valon's scale doesn't look right, it is insane. Let's see. If this is a window for a building, right? Think of the size of an arched opening. This doesn't look like a regular window. It looks big enough for maybe a person to stand in. So let's say this is a 6-foot window, say, in the side of a building here. It's open. It's on the docks. So this is probably a warehouse or something to do with, the dock work that goes on there. And then extrapolate that size to the city. This is right up on the camera. That's why it's bigger than most of the other stuff. But these are entire buildings, and that's a spire on top of a building. The city is huge, and we'll get another good scale image of it in a second. Zoom in a little bit more. And here you go. You can see some more details in the city. Just the sheer size of things. You can't see the street anywhere. The street is below all of these buildings, and these are some pretty tall buildings down here, and these are even taller. So The scope is gigantic. Pondering. Sophie ate in this trailer. She was just fantastic. Architecture looking gorgeous. Here we go. There you go. Now you can see a good scale. So I think this is North Harbor over here. So if you look like at a map of Tar Valon, like from the books, Tar Valon resembles a specific body part of some people. And North Harbor is located up here. South Harbor also has like the ringed harbor, which comes into play a lot later. We know this is the walls of Tar Valon are power wrought. So it comes into play later and it's important. But I guess it could technically be either side. But the way the White Tower is set up, I mean, obviously this is from the books. It's very different in the show. You can see is still pretty similar. And I'm almost 100% sure this is the North Harbor. So big shout out to North Harbor podcast girls. This is a great shot. Like they really did a good job with the cinematography and this, like dialing up the emotions. Like this feels incredibly ominous. And again, gorgeous. Like look at these buildings. Like that's a window. That's a window. That's a window. That's a window. And like how small they look comparatively to the White Tower. I love the way this looks so much. Looking appropriately scared here, but there's here we go. Summoned. Not in the mood to deal with this. That's what this face says. If you didn't know what was happening in the scenes, like this is like this is like she looks like she's almost smiling, and he's like, like this is like a cute screenshot here. If you didn't know what was going on in the background, and this is awesome. I know we had the shot already from the previous teaser, but now that we know what's happening here, like they're on their way to the hall, knowing that this is outside the hall is pretty cool. It definitely makes sense that you would have this grandiosity near to the seat of power. You know, you would want anyone that walks through to the hall walking through this chamber. It's pretty cool. I'm also wondering if there are 7 statues. Like we have 1, 2, 3, and it looks like there's another 2 at least right here based off of the way the base looks on all these statues. So I'm wondering if like each statue is a representation of the Aja here, and maybe they'll reference like each wing, like each Aja's wing is off these or something. That'd be cool. Like in the books, because in the books they're divided by Aja, which is probably the reason why the Ajas don't get along. 3 new Red Sisters, everyone looking fantastic. And again, if you didn't see the rewatch that Guy Roberts joined when we watched episode 3 when Uno dies with Guy Roberts, which is fantastic. A statement that he made, which I wholeheartedly agree with, is that the fact that the Wheel of Time TV show hasn't been nominated for anything, especially this last season of Emmys, is just redonkulous. At the very least for costume and set design, it's been so gorgeous. Like, look at this. Sharon did amazing this season. I mean, Sharon did amazing this season, but Sharon does amazing all the time. And I love, and that they've continued with this and that we're seeing it still, how each sister looks distinctly different. Like these are 4 red sisters here, but all look very different. Obviously, Sharon's trying to tell us something with Leandrin being half black and half red, but the others, you know, they just are very different cuts, personal styles, cultural styles and stuff. Belts, no belts, different jewelry, different cuts, different textures, different fabrics. It's I love it. Can we get a good shot of Leandrin? Yeah, no, not yet, but you can see it's very black. It's got a lot of black in it. And there's our girls right there, Valon, Madeleine. Here we go. And then here's another good one where you can really see the differences. You got a gray probably over here, another red with I have no idea kind of thing on. Looks like feathers. Maybe a red or a brown. I think it's a red though. I think these are the sisters. Yeah, let me see her in a minute inside. And that's a blue. Older too, older blue. I wonder how conscious they are of choosing their background actor, Aes Sedai actors. Like they're extras who play Aes Sedai about like their age and stuff like that. If they're as conscious about the choice being that they're Aes Sedai. All the whites look very different. No 2 of them are in similar dress, which I like. And the yellows too. These 2 right here, though very different, both scream 1960s at me. Like, I don't know. It's especially with the hair too, like the high hair. Like this screams like if she was wearing a white apron, like you could cut her out and put her in like one of those like shots of like a 1960s kitchen. They look great, especially it's the big polka dots that scream 1960s for me. But again, all three of them very different clothes. There's a blue back there wearing some crazy stuff. Everyone very, very different. There's our feathered, necked red, and Alana, always gorgeous. Her jewelry is always on point. No ear cuffs this time, just big earrings, but no ear cuffs. Oh, very concerned looking Maxim. Again, you get to see some more dresses looking very different. I love it. Maxim and Ivan. Alana looking gorgeous. Very concerned warders. Here we go. Now you can see Leandrin. Half red, half black. And even the black, I wonder how deep they're, I mean, like, obviously this is a reference to her being a dark friend and red and black Aja. But like, how deep are they going with the reference? Is the fact that the black is lined with red, meaning she's redeemable? Like there's even red streaks in the black, like the black isn't the main part of her, maybe? Especially because we've gotten the backstory of Leandrin, like her son and stuff like that, where it's not, you know, she's just Black Aja because she's a horrible person and wants to have more power, which is basically why she's Black Aja in the books. And again, I've said it a million times, the writers for the show have done wonders for the villains in the Wheel of Time. They're so much, they have depth and they're more interesting, and their story, their reasoning for turning to the shadow is much more believable. But anyway, another very differently dressed two yellows over here. Ooh, okay, hold on a second. This one just made me think of someone I've been trying to pinpoint. I want to take a screenshot of just her, and then we'll come back to her later. I've been trying to find the Black sisters, all the Black sisters that are at the end of the video with sisters throughout the video. And there's two that I've been not able to account for. And we'll get to that when we get there. I've been looking through it, but now that I have that in my mind. Anyway, Joya, speaking of Black sisters. And I loved this. This was a great little addition with the holding of the hands. I like that they did that. I'm just looking at the other Aes Sedai that are back here. I think these are greens. This is a great shot of like the rim there. Like, I just like the way this whole shot looks. If it was just the reds in her, it would be perfect. I feel like, oh, what's going on? Why bar in my way, huh? This is another great one. This is like the first couple of images here where it feels like the cinematographer and the director here wants us to start thinking of Leandrin as small. Like she looks smaller and smaller until she doesn't. Even here, like the way they're showing her. Oh, look at that face. And now she's a little concerned. This is a little bit of concern, but still, you know, a lot of fucking power there. She looks like she's wearing a velour suit. Like she looks like someone I would have seen in 2005 in Manhattan, like just wearing a white velour suit. That's what this looks like. I mean, it's not bad. She looks gorgeous. I love the shaved head and the hair. That's what it makes me think. And again, very different. We've seen all their dresses. I'm trying to see some new ones. This blue in the background. Oh, here we go. Here's some good ones. Now we get to see them from the front. Still, all right, looks way better than a velour suit. But that's the angle and the framing and the focus made it look that way. Very distinctly different. All very white, but still very distinctly different. Not a lot of jewelry among the whites. The whites makes sense that the whites would be less ostentatious. And here's another one of our Black Aja. So they do a good job focusing on the Black Aja after they walk past here. So we got Black Aja, and Joy is right there. And then we're here. So here we go. We got our sitters. Blue. It goes blue, gray, brown, green, Amarylline seat, red, which the chairs are empty. And then I think it's yellow, white. Yeah, red, yellow, white. Yeah, there's white. There's the Amarylline. There's green. That's Alana. And This is an Aes Sedai we see with Suan after they leave the hall, and she's like walking down like an alley. We see 2 Aes Sedai with Suan, and this is one of them. The screen is one of them. Graze, there's Joya. She's like, oh, you got me. And she's like, yeah, just go ahead. I'll let you hang yourself. Go ahead. Yeah, tell me what you got. Well, really? You think so? Oh, yeah, really. Also, I just want to point this out. It's fantastic. I like they go for like a Pope-esque style. Robert Jordan did base like the inner workings and the hierarchy and a lot of the dogma, the way they operate, and they being the Aes Sedai and the White Tower, like the Catholic Church. So, her being the Pope and like the one closest to the Creator, and like, but still, they vote her into position, and like, it's not like she's chosen by God. She's chosen by them to represent. So it's very Pope-esque, especially with the hats. Looking great with the tattoos also. Still, this is a great shot with the half black, half red. Oh, yeah, really? You think so? You think you can get me? Yeah, I saw it. Totally saw it. Okay, and then there's white. Yellow is just off to the side. Blue, gray. The blues. There's our dark friend. And there's the yellow. And then the empty red chairs are right here. So the Amyrlin is like over here in the middle, just past these red chairs. And there's our other dark friend here in the middle. And there's our other dark friend here in the middle. Are they all in the middle? I don't think she's a dark friend. Joy is in the middle. She's not in the middle. All right, the blue isn't in the middle. Every other dark friend is sitting in the middle of the 3, except for the blue. Oh, looks so great. It's a great shot, too. Oh, veins popping out. She's mad. Oh, really? You think so? Your dark friend. Get him, girl. What? Dark friend? What? What? How preposterous. Really? Oh, yeah? Let's talk to Nynaeve Valmir. How about that? Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I got it. There she is. Oh, my God. Nynaeve Valmir. And then, oh, God. You got me. Yeah, we got you. All right. I'll stop. Always just looking fantastic. Always looking great. And this is when she was like, I tried. That's the face she made right after she said, I tried. That's the screen I grabbed. And then, obviously, a lot going on here. So this is when I want to start pointing out this and see what you guys think. Look at the weaving here. So this is the result of the weave. I would even argue maybe these are the Aes Sedai's active weaves, like actively weaving this. And then this is the result, whatever the fire wrapping around is. And these are also obviously their weaves. So this is Liane and Alana. Look how small the weaves look, though. Thin wisps and stuff. Even over here, thin wisps. I'm going to point this out a bunch. And now she's like, then here you can see here, it's a little bit more defined, but on, look at this. Like, look how big and heavy her weaving looks. Air, fire, spirit. Pretty sure spirit is yellow. And also, I think because the focus of these scenes are Aes Sedai, I think our perspective is that of an Aes Sedai, which is why they're showing us the weaves and everything, and not just the distortions of the air and like the outcomes of the weaves. I think we're meant to be seeing the scene through the eyes of an Aes Sedai, or someone who can see channeling, at least female channeling. Look how heavy these weaves are, thick they are. I gotcha. Oh no. And then she's like, to me, my bitches. And then they're like, gotcha. Here I come. Oh no. Yes, let's do this. Here they come. We're going to win. And her face is looking burned. This is a burn on her face, not blood yet. So I'm wondering if that's going to stay or if it got healed. And here we go. Yellow is up. White is up. Liane is up. Alana is up. You can't really see her, but she's back there protecting. And Nynaeve is just like, what's going on, guys? Is everything okay? Why is everyone channeling so much? Yeah, there's Joya. There's the blue. They're up. Were any of the browns come out? These are the browns over here. I don't think if I'm not sure if any of the browns brown sitters were Black Aja. It's a lot. That 5, right? 5. The blue, there's a blue, a green, a yellow, and a white. Leandrin wasn't a sitter, though. And I don't think any of the 3 that came with her were Black Aja. So 4 out of the 7 Ajas sitters for the Aes had a black sister on their council, which is a lot. That's really telling to how much the black have infiltrated. Very confused still. Here's channeling already starting. She's doing some hand motions. Joy has already thrown fireballs. Alana's blocking. She's got a little kung fu pose going. That's a good face. Look at that. My girl right there, Priyanka. And there we go. Getting like their superhero poses. They're voguing. Vogue, yes, give it to me. Even, especially this one. And look at her. She's like, oh, that's a power walk right there. That's Cat crosses the courtyard. Oh no, she's got flames. This is not good. But again, like, here's some weaving going on in the background. This is the result of the weave. This is the shield. But here you can see some weaving going on. And here's Suan's weaves. Fire, spirit, look how big they look comparatively. Yeah, they're weaving the shields. And here's another weave up here. Oh yeah, pay attention to this too. I noticed like the fourth or fifth time I went through these. Liane's staff. This is a really good shot too. I like the way things are in and out of focus. Liane's staff here, she uses it a lot as a focus. So there's often weaves wrapping around it. It looks really awesome. Again, really thin weaves comparatively. Alana looking cool over there. Swan. You can see her weaves down here, like stronger. Ooh, yeah, this is the fireball she throws. She throws a fireball and blam. That's the first image after that fireball gets thrown. And then Nynaeve still looking confused. We have at least 2 deaths on screen since this started, and Nynaeve's still like, what's going on, guys? Here, Swan again, shield up, very heavy weaving. And this is the first of the blues Krull air blades that she throws. If you've seen Krull and know what I'm talking about, that's exactly what this looks like. It has a few more blades than the Krull does, but yeah. So there's the browns. 1, 2, and 3, and it doesn't look like any of the browns are Black Aja here. She doesn't even know what happened yet. Very confused. Like, what? Am I dead? Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm totally dead. Looks fantastic. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, the blood CG isn't the greatest, but also we're not supposed to be watching it at 1 frame like this. And here we go. Here she goes. So now I'm 100% convinced her block is going to be a thing. So like, she's going to be blaming herself for her stuff with failing to heal Elaine when she got shot. She's going to be blaming herself for the Suldam that she got killed when she marched her into the courtyard at the end of season 2. She's going to be blaming herself for not being able to heal Rand on top of the building after the fight with Ishamael. She's just going to be spiraling for a lot of this season, I feel like. And it's all going to be tied up around her block. And her block is going to get worse, I feel like. Because here she is, scared and angry. She should be able to channel, and she can't. So I feel like her block is going to be a big part of her arc for season 3. And she fails. Also, want to point out, I really do enjoy the accepted having their bands on their cuffs. And you can't really see it in this one, but each color is like a little teardrop, like a flame of like a flame shape or the half yin yang shape. I like that. This is another great image, and you can see the gore is starting to pile up. Oh, and she's cutting down columns. We got some worried warders, some unknowing red sisters that don't really know what's going on. Oh, I think this one might be. That's a great shot right there. Sophie. This is also really awesome. Just beautiful shots. Again, though, like, while their channeling looks much more cohesive and stronger and solid now, like it's not as thin wisps, still nowhere near the size of Suan's. Like, they're channeling for their lives here. They're definitely embracing all they can. These are some great shots, though. Some action shots, some action faces too in our action shots. That's a good 2 right there, the 2 of them. And their hands. I like seeing their hand motions. Oh yeah, these are great. Look at her. She's got some good ones in a minute. Very Joker-esque. Sophie's really trying. And again, you can kind of make out how much bigger hers are, but not there so much. That's a good one. Also a good one. If the fire was just a little bit darker so you could really see it. Oh, there we go. There's the blood. I really love this one. If the fire wasn't so bright and drowning out the weaves, this would be gorgeous. Okay, next one is going to be a little bit gory, so slight trigger warning. All right. Yep. Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a blood packet that she spit out. And again, here you go. You could see the staff with stuff around it. And again, you can really see her weaving, like how much more dense it looks is the word that I think of. This is great too. This is a great scene. So I like how Joya uses a brick to hit Siuan, and as powerful as Siuan has been in this scene so far, she's taken out by a brick. And it didn't need to be thrown by somebody with the one power. Someone could have walked up behind her and hit her in the head with it just as much. I think it's a good juxtaposition to show the power of the one power and the destructiveness of the one power and its users, but also like they're not immune. They're still vulnerable. And something as simple as a brick can take them out. And she gets hit. Oh no, he hit me with a brick. She hit me with a brick. This is a good one too. Look. Joya down here. There's a weave going off. Some weaves going over here. The yellow, black Aja sister. Apparently a flamethrower. She broke the contact, so Leandrin hit the ground. There we go. Oh yeah, and then this is when they notice, like, look, these are some good action poses, but this one. That's a good face. They were like, look surprised. Good job. Good job, Priyanka. And then Leanne in the background, like, oh shit, that's not good. That's our heavy hitter. Even her staff still, like, you can see the weaving going on, but oh no. The next one's good too. And then now it's catching up to her. There's still eyebrows on her forehead. Now she's got it. Now Leanne's like, oh no, now she understands. Wow, she hit me in the head with a brick. What the fuck? Damn it. Bricks are heavy. All right. And here's our girl. Very dark. These images. I've done some brightening up, and I will do some brightening up as I go. But a lot of these fucking images are so dark. Let me do that again. Okay. All right, and there's my girl. I did some brightening up on this, so it looks a little greeny, but you really barely could see anything unless I brighten it up. I love the doors. I want these doors in my house so bad. And obviously our girl. And then we have our part of our Brown Aja Detective Agency. Madeleine. And then so I'm guessing none of these warders, because we don't see them fighting with we don't see any of the warders fighting amongst themselves over here. So I'm guessing none of these are any of the Black Aja sister warders from inside. The only bad warders we see kind of in a second. Oh no, she's the one. I want to take a picture of her for later too. I haven't forgotten about the other one I did. And there's Jenny from the Block. No one can tell me that she does not look like Jenny from the Block. Maxim says Chesmo. And then the next face that we see, like he says Chesmo, and then the next face we see is this. This is the shot after he says Chesmo, good, help us. And then we see this shot. So I know Chesmo is supposed to be a yellow, but either they're purposely trying to make us think this is Chesmo by like him saying Chesmo, and then the next person we see is her, or it's a mistake. But I think either this green is Chesmo Emery, or Rafe and the writers want us to think this is Chesmo for some reason right now. But this is who they look at when they say Chesmo. And no one can tell me that this does not look like Jenny from the Block, aka young Jennifer Lopez. Like, look at this shit. Hold on, let me just put them next to each other. Like, look at that. Very Jenny from the Block. She looks a lot like young J-Lo. All right. Also just gorgeous. She's gorgeous. And there's our dark friend warders in the background there. Very creepy. And this is the yellow sister we see at the end. I was, again, trying to pick out who the sisters are at the end. So the red's now defending the warders, which is why she looks confused. And this is the face that she makes after her warders get killed. Like, this is creepy as fuck. I could feel them dying, she says. And she's like, bitch, you crazy. Like, Like, I hate warders. I'm a red sister, and that's too much. That's what this face says right here. And Maxim's like, ah, shit. And then fighting, fucking again, weaving looks gorgeous. In here, still referencing again, the weaves that we see them doing are not super heavy like Swan's looks. And here's our unalived Darkwind Warriors. Here's some more weaving going on, still very thin. And then we got the shots that everyone's going to lose their minds over, which is the Ter'angreal storeroom. Like, part of me is happy that it doesn't just look like a junk drawer that the Aes Sedai threw everything into, because I feel like the Aes Sedai would never store stuff like that, even if they were afraid to handle it. Like, they still wouldn't just leave everything in piles. Like, what if two Ter'angreal touch each other that can't touch? Like, at the very least, have them like this. But I would like it to see maybe a little bit more clutter, but still cool Ter'angreal storeroom. So can't really see much here. The daggery looking thing, and then that's the only thing that we can see here. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so we have our probable male Adam, is what this is. All right, so we got the male Adam and the female Adam. So this shot is taken when Rena is putting on the bracelet when Egwene is in Thom, like her first day of training during the picture scene. She hits her with the picture in her imagination, and we could see very large similarities between these two things. They look very similar. Even like the ends look very similar. The whole overall design with the circles, the whole overall design with the circular pattern in the middle, and then these like flares coming out are very similar on both. But the overall markings and stuff look different. I'm gonna call this as the male Adam. I know most people are also saying that too, but I'm convinced that this is the male Adam. So I think we established that they look very similar, the male and female Adam. And we have the statue from Tanchico, which I am 100% convinced is also the male Adam. Yeah, can't see if this is a sun. It looks like it might have similar starburst pattern around it, but at least it still just looks similar. So it looks overall similar, I think. Yeah. He's bound. He's not wearing the bracelet, but he wouldn't be wearing the bracelet. He would be wearing the neck piece. Definitely think this is the male Adam for sure. Also, not sure a lot of people talked about this. What the actual hell is going on here? Did they just put new mothers here? Like, oh, good job for giving birth. Stand in front of the horrible statue, all bloody. Like, I haven't seen anyone talk about this yet. Why this is? Let me know what you guys think. But let's go back to the sneak peek screenshots that I got. All right. But look at the coloring difference. Like, this is out of focus now, but you could tell how much I've had to brighten it up because of the two here. So bright. Anyway, this is an interesting one. So I'm still unsure if this is part of the stand or part of the Ter'angreal or Angreal, Sangreal, or whatever it is itself. Kind of looks like a hookah or like a incense burner with a stick on it. This even could be like a musical instrument, maybe it looks like later, like a clarinet. This, I'm not sure what this is. Like that. And so that's the disc and the woman on this one. And there's the redstone doorway. We'll get to that in a second. It's not that because there's no bowl. There's like a bowl. It's not the daggery looking thing. Next to the disc and the woman, which we'll see in a minute. But the other thing that we have here is this twisted doorway that seems to be red and has a snake and a fox. You can very distinctly see the fox's mouth and ears and eyes and nose. And then snake motif here. It's very twisted and it's red and it could be stone. Doorway locked up in the Ter'angreal room. So yeah, there's that. And then, yeah, look, there you go. There's the difference in coloring, how much brightening I had to do. Everything's so dark. Still no idea what this is. Could be a candle. It does not look like the daggery thing. Second, that we'll see. But it could be. All right, so this one is also one that I brightened. Can you see? Yeah, dark. Anyway, so we got a cup, maybe a key. a flame. I don't know what this is. I can't really tell what this is. Makes me think of like a weapon, like a mace or something, but or a torch. Can't really tell what this is. A rose? It's a rose. A rose. A rose, a flame, a cup, a key. Can't see that. Can't see that. This looks like another one of the flames. But these are definitely look like dice. This is an interesting pattern. If this is a Ter'angreal and it doesn't represent something to Matt Coffin, I'd be very surprised. But this is pretty cool. Flame, cup, a rose, possibly a key. I'm 100% this is a rose, 100% this is a flame, and 100% that's a cup or a chalice. And this looks like a key, and I can't make out the others. This is a very interesting piece. I cannot imagine what it does. If it affects chance, that would be interesting. And here's our weird thing again. I have no idea what it is. Okay, this is the best shot of the weird thing that we get. Looks like a musical instrument almost, or like I said, like maybe like an incense burner or a hookah, like a bong. It kind of looks like a bong, to be honest with you. And then this thing over here, which is what I thought. No, it's not, because it's not next to the bong. There's the doorway. I'm trying to figure out the orientation of this room. There's the bong. There's where they walked in. So that's not the same direction. Yeah, that looks different than that. Like that is obviously the daggery looking thing that we see. This, I'm unsure if we see it again. Let's keep going. All right, so daggery looking thing, that's the other thing I pointed out. So I say daggery looking thing, like this looks like a handle. This looks like part of the stand that it is sitting on. But this doesn't look like a blade. Like it's meant to be the part of whatever this apparatus is that represents a blade. But this doesn't look like a blade. It looks like a piece of wood or bone or ivory or quartz or something. Maybe it's a scepter or a spearhead. I don't know. But this looks like a bomb. Tell me I'm wrong. And that's a creepy face. Anyway. Also had to brighten this one up a bunch. Yeah, there she goes. Now she's happy. Now we got a donut. We have the donut Ter'angreal and the bound woman is what I'm calling this. You guys can let me know what you think about that, but we'll see in a second why I call it that. Valon with her, what I'm hoping is also a Ter'angreal, her little looking glass thing that she has. Oh, I'm tired of your Valon. The thing I like about this one is you see Valon clip the weave. Like it still hits her, but she clips it really fast before it completely sinks in like it does with Adelaide. Adelaide sinks in all the way. She doesn't have a chance to clip it. So like she immediately collapses, where Valon like is like, my nose is bleeding, and then she collapses. It's all smoshed. And then she collapses. This is one of the Dream Ter'angreal, like it's, I mean, if it isn't, why would they design it like this? Like the Dream Ter'angreal, one of them in the books is described exactly like this, a flat disc with tight spirals in it. So here's one of our Dream Ter'angreal. If they're all Dream Ter'angreal, that would be interesting. If they're all Dream Ter'angreal, that would be kind of silly. We do know they steal a bunch of them in the books, but we'll see. No rings that I've seen so far. Although the thing I made fun of is a donut could be maybe the Mobius ring, the ring that twists infinitely upon itself. That is the Dream Ter'angreal that we know in the book. Looks pretty cool. Looks like it might be bronze or something. Also could just be the way the lighting is in the room. And then we have the woman, the bound woman, and can't really make out the donut one at all. Let me see if I could brighten. I mean, that's really bright, and I still can't make out what this is. But I'm still thinking this is a bound woman. You can see that's an elbow there. Arm goes behind her back. Her head's kind of like, we'll see it better in a second. Here you can see it here too. She's naked, so breasts, and then the arms are behind the back again, and her head's like, that's what it looks like. And here we go, another good shot. Her head's tilted up a little bit. You can see like that's the bottom of her nose, and the bridge of the nose goes up. The hairline's back, arms behind the back, breasts, hips, and the base is part of it. You see another good shot of it in a second when she's picking this up. Again, it looks like a bound woman for sure. This is not so much legs, though. This is more just like an hourglass shape. I don't see any distinct split for legs here, but this upper part is definitely the upper torso of a naked woman with her arms behind her and her head thrown back, and she doesn't look like she's enjoying it. So let's see. She gets for sure the bound woman. She does not take the thing that's on top, or at least we don't see her take it. She doesn't have anything else in her hands here when she goes for the bracelet for the male Adam, which I'm confident in calling. So that's all she's got here. And then we have the this yellow this is the last time we see this yellow too. This is the dark friend yellow that was a sitter that stood up and fought with Leandrin in the hall. This is the last time we're going to see her. 2 non-black Aja blues. Oh, this is a really good shot of Joya. I mean, this is cool, but I like that one. She's making a nice action face there. So give me your war face. And then give me your scared face. And then we got an Alana war face right there. And then very obviously Joya's stunt double. Like, look at how lithe she is. Look at the set of her shoulders and how small her shoulders are. And then that is a man. That is a very large, bald man. Like, look how big his shoulders are here. And even his hand is like huge comparatively to Joya. Like, that is a stunt man for obvious reasons, but still funny. Again, we're not meant to be picking apart like this. Like, we would never notice that if we were watching it in regular speed. I love this shot too. It's just the way the focus worked here. This is such a good shot. Like, it seems like super focus here. Like, it's very clear down here. The dress and down here is clear. And then as you get further away from the Amerlin seat, it loses focus. It gets like more dusty and obscured. But here near the Amerlin seat, very clear, very in focus. I like that. And that's a yellow healing her. That isn't a black. Our girl, Leanne, Jennifer Garcia, kicking ass with her staff, looking great. Look at that. Little pose, little kung fu pose. Yeah. And then she's like, oh shit, I forgot that you could fight without the 1 power. Blam. Blam. Oh my God, blam. Sorry. She went a little overboard there. Hit me with a brick. And then here we go. So this is the last time we see this yellow with her. This is a great shot. This isn't the one though. This is still Joker-esque, but this isn't the one of her that I mentioned before. The linking looks really cool. We see the channeling comes from them and then like merges in the middle there. Leandrin's on the other side. You'll see. Oh my God! There. This is the start of them. This is good. So the Black Sisters all linked. Everyone's like, oh my God! And this is how she's able to best Suan. That's one of them. That's a great one. Oh no, she's too strong. There we go. Look at this. That's creepy as both of these. Oh God. And this one too. Crazy eyes. She's got crazy eyes going. The hull of the tower is destroyed. The Amerlin seat is destroyed. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see the Amerlin seat itself is destroyed. Ugh. So the imagery. The other thing I love what they do with this is when they channel into things like, you know, she did this explosion through the ground. You could see the weaves making their way through the ground. And then all is quiet in the hallway with Chesimal and not Chesimal green and yellow sisters standing off to the side with a lot of downed people. They killed all the warders, I'm guessing, that were out there. I don't see the red sisters anywhere. Okay, whatever. They knew to hide, apparently, though, because boom. And then boom. Maybe Maxim and Ivan is that supposed to be? Got some long hair. This is, I mean, concern on their faces is great, but this shot right here, oh, it makes me think of January 6th. Like, that's what this looks like, the Capitol building. That's what this makes me think of. But it's a great shot. Yeah. Fucking crazy. And then, just random hand. This is just a random hand, just sitting there, not attached to a person. You know, I would love to talk to the set designer for this and just be like, how did you come to this decision? Were you like, you know what we need over here? You lay here. Yeah, no, red sister with the blood on your face. Yeah, you lay right here against this column. Put your hand on the column. Okay. Yeah, I like that. All right. You, maybe I think that's a warder. Yeah, you lay over here on the floor. Okay, good. Joey, get me a right hand. You got a right hand over there? Just left? Oh no, you do have a right. There's a right. Okay. I'm gonna put it right here. Like, Who decides this? Or do you just throw it in the room and like take a picture? Hilarious. Anyway, Jenny from the block and a yellow sister. With a little scarf tied around her neck. I'm looking forward to seeing this room cleaned up with still the damage though, like the cracks in the floor splitting the edges. I'm pretty sure that's what this is going to look like. I wonder if there'll be 7 cracks in the floor around in the circle. Anyway, concerned looking swan. Very sad. This is going to be sad. I feel bad for Valon. Her hair is on fucking point though. Oh no, who are you? Oh no, that's sad. You don't know things. Okay. So it looks like she's got that daggery looking thing on her back because the bong looking thing, it would be sticking out over here if this was it, if it was like this way. But the daggery looking thing, it doesn't look like that. Maybe it does though. The tip has got this gold maybe, or it's at least shiny and it's black and long and like, but it looks too small to be that. Like it looks more like that it's this, but it doesn't look like the in there. Could also just be a sword, like she picked up a sword. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it might be the bomb. I think it might be the bomb. I think it might be the bomb. I think it's the bomb. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's the bomb looking thing, but somehow is smaller on her back, or maybe it's just like that. It's like pointed backwards a little bit, so we can't see it. But anyway, the yellow sister from the Hall of the Tower, no longer here. This is a new one, and this is a new one. I'm not sure if she's green or brown, and I'm not sure I think she's red, like based off of her pants, but we'll see a better shot of them in a second. This is their superhero march that they do. Very superhero marchy. This is the green that I mentioned before that was in the hallway with her. And that's the blue that's with her. So this is them walking through that alley. Okay. And here's their superhero Avengers pose. Where is it? There we go. Okay. So, no, it's not her. I don't think it's... Let's go. I don't think it's her. Doesn't look like her. We're looking at this one. Maybe it is. Can't tell if she's got the movie. The hair looks very different though. She doesn't have the bump here that this one does, and the bun. And the earrings look very different. And this is very obviously red. Yeah, they're not. I mean, unless she had time to change and do her hair, which I don't think so. So I don't think that's her. And that's definitely not her. But I thought she kind of looked like this one. No, not at all. Okay. So these are our 2 new additions. This is the one that was in, this is not Chessmol and this is not Chessmol. These are the 2 that were in the hallway when Maxim said Chessmol. And then she's a new addition, could be red. This skirt looks brown too. And this is a new addition. She looks like she might be a green based off of like armor and green coloring. But this is a great shot. I love this shot. It's very superhero-esque. Like it looks like they're the Sinister 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. It's the Sinister 7. And then we got our girl Alana here, obviously gearing up for this scene from the other teaser that we got, which with much better lighting, I might add. This other trailer, I did nothing to this image. This is just the way it came. And here's another example of like, you could see the weaves traveling through the ground. Like you could see it's ahead of the destruction. Like the weaves are going and then the weaves are doing the destruction. Obviously that's what's happening, but I like that they depicted that in the thing as well. Anyway, our girl Alana looking a little worried, and great shot to end on. Ugh, maybe a scar, maybe a permanent scar on the engine's face from the fire. Like that's what it looked like earlier in the trailer when she was first picked up in the ball. Looked very much like that. So thinking, we might have some permanent scarring on Leandrin, which would be devastating. But like, this is the shot from before she did the blood spurt with her mouth. This is before blood spurt. And you could see some stuff going on her face here, some scarring. And you can still see similar lining here. So I wonder if there's going to be a permanent scar under this from this scene. But absolutely this. this is the most Wheel of Time thing I've ever seen. The lore, just freaking fantastic shot to end on, though. Like, oh my God, Kate Fleetwood is amazing. You're amazing, Kate Fleetwood. I love you. Wow, like, oh my God. So wow, it was just, it was so powerful. Like this 11 minutes. I usually don't like when TV shows and movies share too much prior to the release. Like when they put a lot of stuff out like this, like you're giving us so much, like leave something on the table. Like we know that there's going to be a lot in season 3, like a lot of storylines. And we knew that there was a battle in the White Tower. I, as per usual, incorrectly assumed something, which was that it was possibly the deposition of Siuan. I'm not sure if that's the correct usage of that word. I know she was deposed. So deposition, she was deposed. I thought it was when Siuan gets deposed and like, you know, the fight that ensues with when Elida takes over. So I thought maybe that's what the fight was prior to seeing this, but seeing this is also cool too. So this is how we're going to get the hunt for the Black Aja. The hunt for the Black Aja is going to be a little bit more public than it was in the early books. We have going public with the Black Aja happening far sooner than in the books, which is good. Obviously, I mean, they have to speed things up, but also it adds more of a sense of danger to every interaction that is with the Aes Sedai from then on. All right, well, that was our sneak peek. That was our 11-minute sneak peek. We went through almost frame by frame. I love this. This is why I love the show, is because we get to do stuff like this again. And now I get to do it with you guys. It's not just once a year at JordanCon sitting on a panel. It's every time we get a new piece of information, we can go to the internet and talk about it. And that's my favorite thing. So please let me know what your guys' thoughts are. What did I miss? What did I get right? What did I get wrong? If you agree or disagree with any of my thoughts, I want to talk about it. Like that's, I love it. Please leave comments. And then, you know, obviously also because share, subscribe. If you like this content, go check out our TikTok, check out the Instagram. We have socials all over the place. And as always, dragonmount.com. And with that, I'll see you next time. Peace.
That's all for this episode. Thanks for sticking around to the end. As always, please subscribe to our channel and click the thumbs up button or leave a comment. We like comments, especially positive ones. If you have a friend who enjoys the Wheel of Time, tell them about Dragonmount.com and our show. Special thanks to our show sponsor, Tor Books, as well as to our Patreon supporters. If you want to learn more about how our show is made and get additional insights into Wheel of Time, you can become a Patreon supporter. We have a lot of big plans for the show, and your contribution will go a long way to making them a reality. Be sure to follow Dragonmount on social media, and see you next time!